Oh, okay. You ain't got no expression for us being live. You got just that.
I
Y'all
didn't
just.
know. I thought you was gonna continue your whole intro.
Nah, I don't have a legit intro yet. I gotta make one. Like, nah, that's too much work. I ain't, I ain't about to create. Yo, I'm not. Don't, don't ever make me my intro like that, bro. Nah, like, I'm thinking about making like a crazy intro when I get more of my shit in, But that'll be a surprise later. That'll definitely be a surprise later. But what's up, everybody? What's up, anybody that's in the stream or anybody that comes in here? Uh, we back with the podcast. I know we missed a week or two, or three. Don't hold me to it. I can't remember the last time we had one, but it has most definitely have been a while. But I got my usual co-host here. How y'all doing? How y'all been? How y'all been living?
Do we have names or we just ghosts?
Y'all can introduce yourself. This is y'all family at this point. You don't tell family about. Oh yeah. Let me get you something out the fridge. You just go in the fridge. I want y'all to go in the fridge right now.
You got root beer in that bitch?
Of course, always got the root beer. If you don't got a root beer, you ain't got a fridge.
Let me ask you a question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have Jamaican cream soda?
It's a lot of sugar.
That we don't tell nobody about that. That is sitting in the personal closet.
That's crack, boy.
I don't want it. That's
But you don't want that orange cream soda?
nigga, that golden champagne of sugar. You know how much diabetes is in there?
Nigga, you said root beer. Like, that makes it any different.
Root beer was actually, if you look at the history of root beer in America, was actually a medicine tonic that was so beloved by the citizens, it became a drink of kings.
Well, mugs ain't no medicine tonic.
That shit made with pure bicarbonate sugar, brown shit, and that's it.
They used to make it with some shit that could kill you if you was doing it right.
I believe it.
Like, the kind of shits they would just, niggas, remember, this was before regulations. You just say, I got the cure for all that ails you. It's $100. And then I'm killing myself while I'm drinking it.
It's worth it, though. So it's like just bring a whole doorbell.
Whole doorbell, bro. And they don't never ring the doorbell. But, all right. How y'all been, though? How y'all living?
I'm alive, man.
I was getting ready to say the same. I'm alive, so I guess that's something.
Might as well, talk about this because it's part of our everyday life and routine. But how y'all been since post COVID? Pretty much, y'all out here twerking in pool water, like how they doing out in Atlanta, pretty much.
We're in New York. We don't have those kind of options.
I ain't. Even if, nigga, I ain't.
I mean, I don't need the option.
I don't.
You gotta acknowledge that.
I mean, you made it sound like if you had the choice, though, if you had that option, you might dabble in some
swim. So I'm gonna do something I can't do just to end up dead two ways, either drowning or fucking Coco. Nah, I'm good.
All right, now I feel you. So y'all still pretty much been in the house.
Well, listen, I've been mixing. I ain't going with you, but I ain't really.
Yeah. What about you, BJ?
I'm not leaving my house until I go back to work, so guess I ain't leaving the house.
I respect that. I respect that 100%. Me personally, I've been at work because my job opened back up, so I ain't got no choice. But I feel the same way. If I ain't have to work, I would definitely be in the house. So anybody who's watching this, or listening to this, or see this, definitely keep yourself safe. Times ain't over. Hard part still here. Just be safe out here. That's most definitely. But if you gotta do what you gotta do, you gotta do what you gotta do. Can't say nothing about that. But you had something to say, BJ?
Nah, just make your money the best way you can to stay safe.
Yeah, of course. It's all about staying safe. Don't let anybody tell you any different. All about staying safe, keeping yourself safe, and keeping your mental state safe. But with that being said, this is another episode of the Black Lounge talks.
You forgot the name for a second. I know you did.
I always forget the name for a second. It's like, and I'll see it. I'll even write it down for the name of the name of stream, but I still will forget the name of
Or
it.
should we call ourselves the Black Table because of what we're talking about today?
Oh, my table's brown, but I got some paint.
We making this Black Table.
This is black. This is Black Table. Whoa, I like that. I see.
I won't call it Black Table because I ain't involved in nobody in any entanglement. I'm safe.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see. If y'all don't know, my co-host is on point. Today is an on point day for y'all. Y'all starting off strong. All right, I see y'all. I definitely see y'all out here. But pretty much what they're alluding to is the same thing that the whole world has been dealing with, or the whole world has been entangled with. It's this Jada. I'm with y'all. This Jada and Will situation.
The first family.
The first family of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Man. Pretty much his wife has been having an entanglement with the month of August. And it's been madness, it's been craziness, there's been many speculations, and been things going all over the place, it seemed like. And people, that's not my words, but people not having enough girth, to love people and things like that, of that nature. I don't know anything about
that. She better not have.
Will said he didn't have enough girth. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he wasn't. I'm pretty sure he wasn't speaking sexually, but that was definitely the wrong words to be using.
This is what I'm gonna say. If I'm worth $500 million, I got enough girth. If it ain't here,
that's a fucking fact. That is a fucking fact. I don't care what you say. If my bank account got O's on it, that shit make up anything I do and don't do.
What comes out of his pocket?
Yeah, more definitely. All the spaghetti I drop out of this pocket, you gonna take it.
Back to the nigga that she got entangled from. She ain't walk away.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to walk away from. Pause.
But with all that being said, with all that we have been dealing with and finding out about, today's topic is about polygamy and monogamy. Where do you stand? How do you feel? How do you feel about the other one? We're not gonna have any closed mindedness towards this topic, because of course it's people believe and do what they want. But we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna make plenty of references to this Jada and Will situation, because it's, I don't know how old any viewer that watches this or hears this, I don't know how old you are, but I know I grew up on both Jada and Will Smith and Tupac. Just throwing that out there.
I'm just saying.
So
lives should never matter to a Lenny.
I 100% agree with that. To 100, and definitely this is going to be a little bit of a kind of all over the place discussion, because it's a lot to it, and it's a lot going on surrounding it. So yeah, this definitely will be a lot on top, or like just off topicness and just more randomness, because this is just how we are, and I like to think. Oh my god, I had a mini stroke. Forgive me. I like to give the podcast as natural as possible, because we're not robots, and most of the time when people talk, it's a regular talk. So I like to keep it as close to natural as possible. But I do agree with what you're saying, PJ. I feel like if Tupac was alive,
we love Tupac.
The love she had for Tupac was different.
More than her kids.
Yeah, like
sacrifice both those little bastards to bring the podcast.
Yo, yo, she would if she was Yugi Moto and had the card Tupac in her hand, and you needed 2 sacrifices to summon it. Oh, most definitely.
And the other one, forgot her name.
Jaden and Willow would be sacrificed to summon
She
Tupac.
named her child Willow just to let the world know I don't really care.
Oh, here we go.
I definitely wholeheartedly agree with that.
Back to who Jada Pinkett Smith was to us, those who are old enough to remember. She was Set It Off, shower scene, and the bank teller scene. She was Jason's lyric.
Yeah.
Fucking tolls and lake picnics. She ain't naming no goddamn person Willow unless she don't care about me.
Let me put it like this. The fact that poem that Tupac wrote for her still circulates around the internet is enough to show you. How many times have you seen a poem go around the internet?
Actually, I know of another one. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
That poem that the month of August sent to her for her birthday.
Or how about the poem Willow wrote to Tupac?
Yeah, yo, I ain't even go. If my child wrote a poem, yes,
Talking about how she misses him.
What? Huh? How old Willow?
Swear to God, bro.
She didn't write that bullshit. Don't play around me.
I swear to God,
she
bro.
Really did, bro. She really did.
Wrote it, and I'm trying not to curse and not to call nobody out their name, but she a goddamn medium. Like, I ain't talking no more. Go ahead, continue. He said I missed him. Okay.
So, with all that being said, where do y'all stand individually? Y'all take y'all turns. Where do y'all stand with polygamy?
I got a lot to say.
And monogamy.
I personally, in my opinion, how I feel about the topic, because I just need people to remember that it's not about what you think; it's about me speaking my part. So that's for anybody that hears that. I'm just saying,
bro. Just the internet. It don't fucking matter.
Yeah, you're right. But I personally don't agree with it. Like I don't agree with having one or more. I don't agree with having more than one partner. There you go.
Yeah, you said one or more.
Yeah,
so.
it was like so you single. But I personally do not believe in it. I know ancient societies may have been raised on it, but those societies have fallen, and this is a new day and age. And
it's not about being raised. I think it's more about when niggas, and when I say niggas, we live in a patriarchal world. I think we can all say that, especially a couple decades back, couple centuries. When you got power, you're gonna put some bullshit out there.
And this is just how I feel about it. Like, not even, and if it works for you, then more power to you. But I feel like you cannot give off and allow so many energies in you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the type of intimacy you have with a significant other. It may not, I'm not just talking about love. I'm just talking about you give a part of yourself to someone when you become their significant other. We can all agree on that, correct?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And I just personally don't feel like you can allow more than one energy on a serious matter in to that level and deal with more than one life partner. That's just how I feel about it.
Okay. BJ, what about you? I can respect that.
You hear that?
Nah, I changed the order.
Okay. So in terms of marriage, personally for me, if it was the perfect world and I had all the control, like I said, if I had the power, bullshit, I might do it.
Let's check
But
who's in the chat.
Hmm?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I mean, I already told her this. She knows.
Yo,
Oh,
She
okay.
knows.
yo, Mike, yo, bro, you crazy? I heard that.
What?
No, I heard when you said, let me check who's in the chat.
Oh, that's what you said. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she already know. If I had the power to, I would. But we live in a world where this ain't the 1950s, and I ain't a white dude. So I know if I start creeping out, she gonna creep out, and I can't share. Nigga gotta die for that. That's personally the core to why I would never do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as I don't morally. I've changed over the years. I'll say that. And I do also accept that there are some rules that have been put out there, not because they're right. But there's some niggas out there who have some power. Because the Pope, a position where you can't even have kids. You heard about the Borgia family?
Yo, beating on their mic.
Yeah, what's going on here?
What are you talking about?
What are you doing? It sounds like you're beating on your mic.
Beat it? Because I don't beat nobody, all right? Okay. But pretty much, I wouldn't do it because unless I have 100% control, and I know for a fact
Mm-hmm.
that there won't be any consequences for it, then I would. But we don't live in that kind of world. So I have to be pragmatic. And as a pragmatic person, I ain't risking no chance of my chick smiling from some actions or some other nigga. Because then I got to go to jail. And I can't make it to jail. I know that.
Yeah.
So, no, I can't. I can't spend 24 hours a day. Actually, technically 20, because 4 of those hours, no, not like that. Let's say 16 to 14 hours a day worrying about my butthole. I ain't doing that.
Okay, I just want to put this out there, this for y'all. Please don't say nothing crazy because I do not feel like editing this afterwards. So please.
Oh, man, I'll change that. I
No.
can't go to jail because of what happens in jail.
No, that is fine. What you talking about is fine. I just don't say nothing crazy because I just don't feel like editing this.
I mean,
I had a long day today.
Stuff.
I came in here with the intentions of being civil.
Yeah,
so.
please, because it's like if Michael don't say it, BJ got his follow up, and if BJ don't say it, Michael got his follow up. Yeah, I take turns on the wild shit y'all say each and every week.
I don't even be saying nothing.
What's he talking about, man?
Alright. I ain't even doing this with y'all today. I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not. I'm not. Yeah, I'm about to be canceled like Nick Cannon. I am not doing this with y'all.
Nick Cannon didn't say no lies, so we ain't canceling him.
We hold up, because we're gonna go into that after this because I do want to talk about that.
Nick Cannon got to do with monogamy and
no, today I feel like spitting some. I feel like bringing some
double feature.
Yeah, we're doing the double feature. This one you go see a Quentin Tarantino movie today. Like you see one movie and then it's like, oh, this Sin City. But there's also like that battle type shit. Like we Quentin Tarantino feature in this bitch. But okay, I feel you. I feel what you're saying. I mean, the way I stand, and we can, of course, we can have a debate about it, or if y'all don't agree, or if y'all do agree, y'all are definitely.
Each person has their opinion. So.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying for y'all, I ain't talking about people in the chat, because people in the chat, they see one thing and he said, oh, he don't like the color blue, so he must be blood. Like it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing for the people in the chat. But far as what I feel, I'm gonna start by saying this. I am a monogamous male. Like I guess that's what you would call it. But I believe in monogamy. Behind monogamy. But one main reason why I'm behind monogamy is because I do not have the money for polygamy. Like what I will say, and I will start by saying this, I do not personally agree with anybody who I guess believes in or practices polygamy because they just want to sleep with other people. I definitely don't agree with that. If you want to sleep and just be with other people, you might as well be not with anybody and just do that. Polygamy, I want people to understand, because I'm going to be the BJ of this topic.
I don't know
pol-
what you're talking about with that statement right there.
just telling you facts about the situation because usually
Oh, okay, I respect that.
yeah, usually,
I
yeah,
respect
it wasn't no shots towards you or nothing like that.
I gotta be ready at all times.
Yeah, I feel you. You black, so of course you gotta be ready all the time. I feel you. But polygamy was the way of the world before monogamy took over. Monogamy has taken over, especially.
I got something to add to that though.
Yeah, of course. Monogamy.
What's the world for some people?
Yeah, for some people, definitely.
If I was a boot shiner,
Definitely, and I'm getting to that point because I agree with that. Polygamy was the way of the world for like all of century, especially if you look into history, if you read whatever text, whatever you want to believe in. I'm not going to go into all that, but it was the way of the world before monogamy taking over. Monogamy was more of a European cultural aspect of things, especially because polygamy was the way of life. But if you could not sustain that way of life, a lot of European people decided, you know what, they out here, they living polygamous lives, marrying whoever. I want to marry somebody also, but I can't do it polygamous like. So I have to. So what we're going to do is we're going to marry each other and just us be together. So it was more of the poor way of speaking. Now I'm saying that not to say now that everybody who believes in monogamy is poor, but I'm saying that in the historical aspect, it was more started for the poor people because they could not support the polygamy.
Let's say the common folk.
Yeah, that's better.
Whatever way you want to take it, you know. I'm saying back then. I'm not saying now though. Back then, I guess common folk or whoever you want to say it, they could not afford the polygamous way of life. That's why it was started to be monogamous. Monogamous is a new thing that has become normalized, and now a lot of people, and this is no shots towards anybody, but a lot of people believe that is how we're supposed to be and how it's meant to be.
Religion also spread significantly around the world, and that helped.
Well, religion, but also, and this is also to be, you know, and like I said, a lot of religious texts, even in the Bible, does not promote monogamy either. Like a lot of people in the Bible has had more than one wife.
Which is true, but lots of things were standard in the Bible, and how do you change it? If you, let's say, situations like in Europe, we mentioned Europe.
Yeah.
If I'm a religious leader, I come from a family of money, or I'm connected to the king or emperor or whatever, I can read. Common folk are ignorant. They're not allowed or taught to read. So I have this text in my hand. I can say what the fuck I want.
Yeah, I definitely.
Say, I'm smash your wife tonight, and Jesus said that. And if you don't let me hit, she's taking both of y'all to the devil right now.
I definitely hear what you're saying, and just my counteract to that. I'm not even going to take apart what you just said. Like I'm just.
To the devil right now.
I am not going to take apart.
I'm taking to the devil Cuphead style right now.
I'm not going to take any on what you said apart about that. But if we're going to have that sort of thinking about, especially like religious texts about what it isn't supposed to be, we can easily then have our doubts about any and everything that it says.
Doubts. I have hell doubts.
Yeah, but I'm just saying polygamy has always been the way of life. If you don't agree with it, if you don't believe in it, that is fine. I'm just saying polygamy has always been the way of life, and what I like to look at it as is it's like trillions and trillions of people in the world. Let's really look at this like realistically. It is trillions and trillions of people in the world. Now, it's trillions and trillions of people in the world. You really think spending your life with one person, and as a male, they say it's at least seven women to one man. Spending your life with one person really makes sense. Really makes sense. If that's what you do, because I do it, I believe in it, then fine.
I think it does.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I really, if I just
I ain't got patience for more than one.
just I don't have the patience for one at sometimes.
And you
Sometimes,
want to add 55 to that number?
let me say it like this: at least you can change. You can go from one to the other. When this one gets on your nerves,
What if they both pissed off at the same time?
that's when the third wife comes into the picture.
What if all 7 pissed off? What's your solution?
It's time for a new wife. I'm not saying. I'm just joking. I'm not saying this is
I know
what
you.
this is what I believe in.
I have an
Or
analogy that I think would defeat that.
you can have whatever analogy you want. I'm just saying my point. I don't think that is how the world is supposed to be or the way of the world. But if that is what you believe in, that's what I believe in. I'm a consistently say that. That's what I believe in. I believe in monogamy. I don't believe it.
The title, so niggas know not to try.
No, but this the internet. People gonna take one part of a hour-minute video that I said and decide to decipher it and say, oh, but this is that and this is that and I'm this. So I'm saying I believe in monogamy, but I also understand polygamy because that was the way people were for years. I mean, thousands of years, and monogamy took the rise after that. If that's what you believe in, then fine. I'm going to say though, if you do practice polygamy, that don't mean that you just sleep with whoever you want. Polygamy is supposed to be, each and every wife is supposed to be on equal level field. So if you put this wife
In a mansion.
in a mansion, the other 3 have to be in a mansion. And that's how it's supposed to be. Whatever amount of wives you have, they're supposed to be happy and taken care of and all treated the same. One shouldn't have a king size bed and the other one sleeping on an air mattress. That's how I feel about it. And that's what I believe in. If that's what you're truly going to do, there's nothing wrong with it. I personally feel, but you just have to do things right. But I want to hear the analogy that you had to say, or if any one of y'all agree, or if anybody that's listening to the podcast or watching the podcast has anything they want to say, they can definitely put in and we'll address it as best as we can. But yeah, say your analogy, BJ.
So yes, is it the way it was done by some folk? Certain situations, yeah, it was. But then again, like I remember, I'm not gonna say where I encountered a situation.
Yeah, of course.
Certain family, great family, hardworking dad, mom worked hard, beautiful kids and shit. They mother and father together.
Yeah.
Had 3 little girls.
Okay.
The father finds out they're about to have a 4th little girl. He works very hard. His wife cannot be home with the kids all the time. They have help from family, to raise the kids. But now they have another little girl on the way that they really can't afford. Not a situation that's ideal, but they can't. They're stuck in a situation because of an old thinking that they're stuck with. Now, it'd be nice if they didn't think about it, but like contraception is an option. So like no pill, no rubbers, no nothing. It's just now that's the way it was done. Even back when they had sheepskin condoms, it was just pull out and pray. But it'd be best if you would advance your thinking, at least in this area, for your benefit. Yeah, it was done an old way, and maybe it worked for some people, but especially the way society works today, it's not ideal.
Okay, and
so it's just pretty much like you were correct. That was the way the world was doing some wild shit. But in this more what's the word I'm looking for? Modern context, would it still be ideal? I don't think so.
All right, but in order to pretty much counteract what you're saying, I get exactly what you're saying, and
Okay.
I definitely 100% agree to what you're saying. But the analogy you use proves my point even more. If things aren't done appropriately or how they were supposed to be done, then you come with extra problems and extra situations. And I feel like if anybody hearing me out, you might be able to agree to what I'm saying. Also, if you look at things back in the past, like you said, contraception wasn't a thing. Like, it wasn't condoms and things like that.
Around for 10,000.
Yeah, well, that we ain't even gonna go into that because that's a whole different discussion about. Yeah, but things like that weren't always the case. But the way things were done weren't always how we do it now. We can't halfway do stuff or halfway look at things. Sex, especially in the past, or if you believe in the Bible, wasn't supposed to be done off of a sexual desire or practice as
They're a married couple.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying, sex wasn't supposed to be done, or it doesn't matter if you're married or not. Sex wasn't supposed to be done if you're going to take your Bible literal or not, or for just a practice that a marriage couple were supposed to be doing. Sex was always made for the purpose of reproduction and reproducing. Even in animals don't go around having sex with each other, even though it may seem like it.
Dog,
Huh?
nigga start humping your leg because he wants something.
Yeah, but it's also instinctively in them to make as many kids as possible. Like that's just how they are. Sex was always, especially if, like I said, if in the Bible or wherever you believe in or whatever, it was always supposed to be done to procreate and not done for just a pleasurable thing. So I get what you're saying, but also we have to look at things how it was supposed to be done or supposed to be looked at in that time. We use sex now as a pleasurable activity, and that's not something that's supposed to be a pleasurable activity. Even like, so the point that Michael said, that you give your energy and spirit to multiple people, sex is looked at as procreation. So you can't say about that analogy. I get it, but also everything has to be done accordingly. I don't think polygamy is, especially nowadays, I don't think it's done accordingly, and people just use it as an excuse to have multiple people that they want to be with, or multiple people to just fornicate with, or whatever the case may be. If you are, I personally believe, and who am I, but I personally believe that polygamy is supposed to be done. If you're going to be with more than one person, each and every person has to be loved and treated equally. One woman can't have a Lambo truck and the other one riding a bicycle. Like, everybody has to be treated the same. And if you're going to do polygamy, you have to do it correctly, in a sense. Everything has a way it's supposed to be done, and then you have the way that we as people do it. And that's where I think the misconception with things come from, and like especially how people look or view polygamy or things like that. I think that's why we get that. So I get what you're saying, but like if you're having sex with somebody for the pleasurable aspect of it, you also are suffering the consequences that come with it.
I mean, so I just want to clarify, son.
Yeah.
So should this couple who's married, they went before God, not the name that they ended up with, should they just now, since they got the kids already, they got 3, just not have sex no more?
No, I'm not saying that, but you also know what comes with it. Yeah, I can tell you we all know what happens if you drink too much. Does that mean should you not drink anymore, or are you going to continue drinking and just do it safely?
Well, you should do it. Well, the point that I was trying to say, like, you should forward your thinking. Yes, some things were done in the past. Open yourself up to a rubber. Rubber would be nice. You can still show love to the wife that you dedicated yourself to and did a covenant for God. Put the
Yeah,
past
but
in the past.
I get what you're saying, but also what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is sometimes a new way of thinking is to alleviate a problem when we go outside of what or how something was supposed to be done, naturally done. And that's a lot of times what the issue that the world today goes into. A lot of times we're doing things outside of the norm, outside of the natural. So then we have to come with a new way of thinking. We have to come with a new problem solving method to solve something that is outside of the norm. I'm not here to sit and say if something's right or wrong, but a lot of times we have to go outside the norm in our thinking to fix that norm. Like I said, if sex was only made to procreate and we decide to do it on a pleasurable aspect, then you have to go outside of that norm to make sure we don't procreate, because its purpose is to procreate. If something's purpose is to do this, then you have to go outside the norm to make sure that doesn't happen. If, for instance, if you have, and it may seem like a far way of thinking, for instance, if you have a set of tools that are only made to, say, screw this screw in, or screw this whatever, this bolt in, or hammer this piece in, if you want to use that piece for something else, you have to change that. You have to tweak that tool a little bit. The same thing, if you have a tool to procreate, which is sex is the tool to procreate, and you decide to do that and use that pleasurably, you have to make sure you tweak that a little bit so you don't procreate. That's all I'm saying. Just have to have a little bit more, and I'm not saying you personally, or
I'm a rough anyway.
yeah, of course. But I'm just saying you have to have a little, just people have to expand their minds a little bit, because of things that we do now are different from before, which I do agree with. And the purpose that they serve is different.
I didn't mention this, but the reason that they don't use it is for a religious reason. Like also with the reason people still practice polygamy in Utah, Mormons, religious reason.
Yeah. But then also, that's what I'm saying. Like, religiously, sex was used to only procreate, and cities that were using
God ain't fair.
Is yeah, but I ain't here to have that discussion. Like that.
I know. I'm just saying, nigga, you gonna give me all these things and all these feelings.
I definitely agree with you. That shit fire.
Especially all this sweat.
That shit fire. You can say it again. Like, that shit's fire.
All
like,
this moisture.
Yeah, like, I definitely agree with that. But hey, that's how things are. But that's religion and religious belief. That is a whole nother topic that I don't ever feel like getting into before I end up in the shadow realm. Like, before we get to it. But Michael, what you think? How you feeling about what has been said? Because we haven't heard from you in a minute.
Hello, am I here?
I hope so.
Yo, because my computer lost connection just now. He said hello.
But he asked, "Am I here?" Like,
all this Gary says how y'all saying about religious beliefs and moving forward, and it not being done right, and that's why me personally don't agree with it, because it's not done in the proper aspects. And going towards the obviously who we talking about, Will and Jada. It's like y'all niggas,
their names in a high second.
Y'all bring up this polygamy word and y'all are really just doing it to fuck someone else. And that's my biggest issue with it now. No one does it really the right way. And it's like you were saying about sex. Society has adapted to a different way of living and a different way of thinking. I'm not, if you believe in it, that's what you believe in. I really don't care what you believe in. It's not me. And it doesn't benefit my life or change it in any way, shape, or form. But let's stop making this seem like it's okay when you're not even doing it the right way. You get what I'm saying? If you're practicing that and you're actually doing, it's like, for an example, right? Because we bringing up religion, everyone claims they're a Muslim, but no one partakes in Ramadan. People don't stop drinking and cursing. It's like, are you really what you're saying you are? Like, and I'm not perfect. I make mistakes too. But
No
are huh? No.
no human is.
Yeah, exactly. But when you're throwing something around like polygamy and you're
Yeah.
sitting here just doing it to sleep with someone, are you really, what are they, polygamous? That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
the term.
yeah, that's
Yeah. Are you
yeah,
really polygamous, or are you just saying this so that you can have an excuse for cheating on your wife or husband? That's my biggest thing with it. Once again, like I said, if that's what you believe in and that's how you feel, more power to you. I truly don't care. It doesn't bother my life, and I wish you the best in yours. But let's call it what it really is. You know,
Oh
no
shit.
one, no one really practices the truth and practices things the right way, and that's for a lot of things. And I'm not just talking about polygamy. I'm just talking about a lot of things is done and said, and you know, a lot of people don't use it the right way. It's like them super Christians who like throwing around Jesus this, Jesus that, and then when it comes down to time to it, it's like, but I gotta give my $1,000 tithes and offering to the church. That that doesn't make sense.
you out here, you gonna make niggas mad.
I know, but it's the truth, because if you read your good book, tithes and offerings wasn't about $1,000 checks and stuff.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
giving sheeps and goats and things like that. They weren't giving piles of money. So that's just how I feel about it. If you're gonna be something and claim you're something and do something, participate in it the right way. You get what I'm saying? That's how
I can agree that 100%. I agree that
and
because
I'm
that's what
not
I'm saying.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I don't, me personally, I feel like society has taken a lot of steps forward compared to thousands of years ago when they still didn't even brush their teeth. Like
Took mud baths on Sundays.
like we've come a long way. And if polygamy is the way it worked back then, maybe that's not for society now. I can't tell you because I don't do it. So I can't tell you if it's right or wrong. But my biggest thing is, if you're going to say you are something and this is what you believe in, this is your beliefs, then you participate in it the right way. If not, just say what it is that you really want and that you really are doing. That's all I'm saying.
I was not.
I can agree with that. What you said, BJ?
I was just gonna say what we were all thinking. I just want to scream pussy.
That's it. And if that's the case, that's the case. But don't sit here and be like, "Oh, I'm a polygamist. I believe in what is it?
Polygamy.
Yo,
Polygamy."
I
Yeah,
didn't get that.
I would get ready to say biologist. But if that's how you feeling and that's what you believe in, then cool. But when I ask you, okay, so where does your wife live? And if you tell me she lives in a house, I'm gonna ask you what your other wife live in. And you bet not say in East New York projects, because that ain't polygamy, brother.
Yeah,
That ain't it.
I definitely, I definitely could agree to that. But that's to the point that I was saying. You know, I'm not gonna tell people that, oh yeah, polygamy is the way to go, and you're not doing it correctly. And that's the main reason why I'm not polygamy. polygamous. Like I can't afford that type of lifestyle, and I'm not with somebody that agrees with that lifestyle. But it's a whole nother situation. But I can't afford that. Most people can't afford that. Polygamy,
Yeah.
you can't afford that.
Not in this economy.
Not in this economy. Now, if you can afford it, that is different. But and I feel this way about any and everything. Do not use things. Period. Do not use things for whatever want that you want it to be. Use it correctly. Don't use polygamy because you want to sleep with multiple people. Use it correctly and do it correctly, and that goes for any and everything: religion, your beliefs, whatever. It has to be done. Things have to be done correctly. A lot of people don't. A lot of people use it for their own benefit, and that's just with any and everything in life. Oh, I thought BJ had something to say, or somebody had something to say.
Now let me search for something. If you got nothing, it's okay.
No, yeah, I thought you were saying something. You don't gotta try to find something. He was talking like I called on him in class.
No. I was gonna say something, but I put it away and I pulled out this White Castle burger, so I ain't got nothing right now.
I hear that. But this was what I was gonna say then. So what do y'all feel about that? that entanglement then? What's y'all thoughts on that?
What I'm gonna say.
BJ knocked you out the way to talk, bro.
He
pushed you away from the mic to talk.
You ain't heard. That's what I'm saying.
Your mind, speak your mind, brother. I want you to speak your mind.
Will dirty too. We all seen the pictures that Will got from the set of Suicide Squad, and from that young actress he was working a couple years back. I've heard the stories. I think the issue in all of it was Jada didn't get that NDA signed, because if she ain't suing August the month, that means she ain't say she had to keep your secrets, and that's a problem, Jada. You worth too much money, and your brand is way too big for you to be out here not having niggas sign contracts that they hit. That's one. And two, I saw a video today where niggas didn't say it, but they kind of was acting like this grown-ass man was a victim. This grown-ass man knew what he did. He gambled on some old... No, let me take that back. He gambled on some married pussy, and he lost. The house won. He needs to get over it. I'm good.
I agreed. I agree with what you're saying until that last part.
He didn't gamble on some... He knew what it was. The nigga is 24, 25? He thought he was going to take Jada Pinkett Smith from Will Smith? That's what he thought?
Listen.
Fuck out of here. No.
Let me talk.
Listen.
Can I
Go ahead.
talk?
Go ahead.
Can I talk?
No.
Like, damn, he put the shotgun to my head and wouldn't even let me speak. He already was discrediting what I was saying. I'm gonna say, and this is what I personally believe in, I do believe he was taken advantage of. Only reason why I say that is because
2 adults consented and fucking.
that is a very bland way of looking at things. August the month wasn't in a proper state of mind. That man, quote unquote, because I don't know him personally, I don't know the month personally. Usually my calendar just goes to September. I have not spoken to him.
To get to September, you gotta get to August.
It just happens. Sometimes I guess it's super daylight saving and it just skip. It's July then September. But August, the month, was legitimately having issues and having problems, especially mentally.
If I'm having issues and problems and I commit a
Hold
crime, I'm
on.
still
Hold
those
on.
crimes.
Hold on. Let me finish. When he was having issues and problems, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and his woman was having their issues and problems. And she used the month to deal with her issues and problems and called it, quote unquote, helping him get better.
Well,
If somebody, let me finish. If somebody is going through issues and problems, even if they said yes, they are not fully capable of consent because they are addicted to what they believe is helping them and it's truly not helping them. It's for the benefit of the other person.
Can we just call it what it is and say she was grooming him, or are we just gonna?
I will 100% say that.
So she grew in a 25-year-old?
Bro, it
You can't see.
Age does not excuse anything.
You can't sit here and say that
Anyone can be groomed,
because
bro.
if the shoes was on the other foot, this is the same thing niggas on Twitch is getting banned for. That we crucifying.
They would
This,
call her a homewrecker.
hold on. This is the same thing we are crucifying men for. He was not, the month was not in the proper state of mind.
This nigga, it's supposed to be February, and here he is.
The month itself was not in the state of mind, and any little thing he would grow attached to because of the issues that he has. This is literally like if we took a crackhead, took him off of crack, and gave him heroin instead. Oh yes,
he was so good as heroin.
It might be.
Yo, Will Smith, let me hit.
I've never been in an entanglement myself, so I don't know.
I don't mind. Shit.
But literally, he was not in the right state of mind. You can't do that. I don't agree with that. That's not polygamy. Y'all was going through something and you needed somebody to take your mind off of what you was dealing with, so you just dealt with the sick boy. That's what it comes. That's a sick, to him, to her, it's a sick boy. To her, that's a sick boy. And that's where I can agree with Michael with, don't call things that it's not. That's not what that was. Y'all was going through some shit and you used a young strapping man to deal with your issues because you ain't feel loved at the moment.
So that picture was there's a filter on. That ain't real.
What?
What?
You said young strapping man. I know what you're trying to say. Nah, we ain't doing that.
What picture you talking about?
Some shit on it. Whoa.
Boy.
What?
You gotta be careful.
Boy, you telling me you been watching the Glizzy? You don't tell me you seen the Glizzy.
You was Glick watching?
He was Glick watching.
What the hell's the Glick? You want to speak some English?
He's watching the Glizzy.
We called him. He was most definitely watching the Glizzy. What picture you talking about? Because you talking some wild Glizzy mess here right now, bro.
So people are saying that it wasn't about. So pretty much like what you're saying, young so-called stud. You got yourself a younger version of Will, I guess. Excuse the burp.
It's alright.
Pretty much a picture of this nigga in his boxes. And in front of this nigga about to be out here.
Glizzy watching.
Yo, you're Glizzy watching, bro.
It's a Glizzy.
You don't never see another man glizzy. Like, what are you talking about? I don't know what
I didn't see no man's dick, so I don't know what you're talking about.
you
If
seen.
that's what you're saying.
You seen a man in his boxes, so you will definitely seen the glizzy.
Putting pictures on the internet, we can come across that shit.
I ain't come across that.
Well, God bless you.
I got a Glick filter on my phone. I don't know what you talking about.
Niggas out here making up words. You better hope if fucking Webster start using that shit, you get paid.
Glizzy is a word. Look it up.
It's not a goddamn word.
Look it
I've
up.
been alive a couple of decades, and I've never heard that word before.
Look up glizzy.
Looking this shit up right now.
Look it up and tell me what it says. Look up glizzy and tell me what it say. Glizzy and tell me you was a Glick watcher.
Shy Glizzy, American rapper.
No, I didn't say shy glizzy. I said glizzy.
That's what came up when I put in Glizzy.
No, it shouldn't have, because you put in the wrong wording.
Urban
But
Dictionary, or is there a Webster version?
it don't. I mean, who the fuck Webster? Like who?
Nigga, how'd you learn your words?
Not for Webster.
Yo, come down to this shit already. Alright, so
only Webster we believe in is Lil Webby. Like we ain't no Webster.
Yo, what kind of definition sentence is this? And this was done this year. This is new. This ain't no.
Wait. I want you to tell the class what glizzy means.
I ain't saying shit. I ain't involved in. The fuck? Yo, niggas is really creative.
Share the definition with us, bro.
Yo, share the definition with the class. Go ahead.
Listen,
No, you got to. You got
I can't
to.
write no goddamn story, no essay with words in the Urban Dictionary.
You got to share the definition.
What is
You
the definition,
you
bro?
looked it up. Share the definition with the class.
One, fuck this class. Let that be known.
I just want to know the definition.
Look, you have to say
The
it.
definition is pretty much a hot dog. That's what the nigga wrote, and then the fucking story the nigga wrote. Also, let's just put this out here. It was written by hella holes on these nuts. Let me say that again. Hella holes on these nuts on June 16th, 2020. I love my people, but I know who wrote this shit. I know who wrote this shit.
What's the sentence?
I don't want to read this sentence, man. Jesus Christ. All right, so. Hella holes on these nuts wrote the sentence of, quote, open, Pops wasted no time to throat the unmentionable. He was a real unmentionable gladiator.
But nah, you gotta read the sentence.
I read the damn sentence.
No, you
Nah,
didn't.
you gotta read it, bro. Like,
I
don't
want you
take
to
yourself out. Just read
What's the sentence?
Yeah, I'm gonna set this whole podcast on fire. Watch. Quotation open. Pops wasting no time. Wow. To throw the glizzy. You're a real glizzy guy. Niggas is too creative for the
Yo. Yo.
Yeah, you gotta get back on the topic.
You niggas turn this into a mindset?
So you was watching that man Glizzy, man.
Watch no man.
You told me about the picture they had on the internet about his glick. Like I don't want to hear nothing you say anymore, man.
That's just one. Two, if we're gonna be real, why the hell is this nigga on the fucking channel? I don't know the nigga's channel.
Yo, this podcast is what the hell, bro?
What the hell? Because you the devil.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
So tell me more about how they're actually not in a polygamous relationship. She was just in love with that man Glizzy.
Well, this is adulterous and shit. They didn't get married. They was fucking.
I can't hear you over your treacherous hood in the background. Say that again.
Listen, we all live in New York. We all got hood. But they didn't have multiple marriages. They fucking around. Fucking around is adultery.
Oh my god.
So you're saying that you don't believe in the bullshit that they say about their open relationship? You just think they was just some regular
That
shit.
they've been together for quite some time.
Okay.
And Will has probably seen every little bit of what she got, and he a little bored. So every once in a while, he's gonna find something new, something younger, and he gonna explore in that.
So you don't believe they have a polygamous relationship? It's just they tied to each other.
Well, I think that, well, if they had there were multiple marriages, like multiple spouses, then hey, it'd be polygamy.
Okay.
But it's more like polyamory. They just fuck around.
So you just think
They
so
fuck
what
around.
you saying you don't agree with that they have a polygamous relationship? They just out here.
Well, the only reason I don't use that word is because it's usually tied to multiple marriages, like more than one spouse. Like I know how you're using this, so technically, yeah, but yeah, there's multiple partners. Will is definitely out here fucking these hoes, and Jada is out here meeting months. How about that?
That's why they got all them weird kids and shit. There's no stability.
So
I'll say this: I didn't know. I didn't know the month of August was best friend Jada or friend.
Yeah, that was his friend. That was
weird.
They're close.
They took him in like a child.
They're close in age, and that man was really going through some stuff. Like that man.
Jada was like 17.
I was 17. Oh, the month of August is only like 25, 27. That's different than the Fresh Prince friend being like a 27-year, like she's in her 40s.
Word to the wise, to you niggas starting marriages, don't be friends with your kids' friends before something weird happens. That's what I'm saying. No,
word to the wise for anybody when you're starting a marriage. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. Make sure that's some shit that you really want. Marriages is first off in American society is more of a business contract than it actually is about love anyway. So make sure that's some shit that you really want, regardless. But that's another topic for another.
And make sure
situation.
She agrees to give certain things up before you be like, all right, we've been married 20 years, let me get it now. It's like I never started giving, and then y'all start fighting, and then things happen. You don't want that.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I do not know what the fuck you're talking about, but
I'm trying to keep this PG-13. It's really close to art. I'm not trying to go there right now.
You're the one looking at the click, but
I ain't looking at no fucking click.
But what you believe?
You know what? Hold on. Just because you did that, I might have.
Michael, what do you feel about their situation, their relationship?
Like I said to you, like privately when we were talking in a group chat and stuff.
Yeah.
Just Hollywood in general just got some weird ass niggas in it. Like niggas is just really weird and they bored.
Yeah.
And that's my thing about it. Like, if you want to have this kind of instability and all of that in your relationship, that's cool. But like for me, that doesn't make sense. And this is what I said when, it was all brought up before. I'm like, yo, they're really just bored. Like, once again, I don't care for their relationship. That's them.
Yeah.
But since it's a topic, we're gonna talk about it. Like, they're just bored with each other. And it's like for me, like I said earlier, you can't allow all different energies in your relationship and in your marriage because that affects everybody involved, kids included. Yeah. Like, I see mommy kissing my best friend. That's fucking weird.
Play 2K and then they play 2K.
Yeah, like it's not a thing, and that's why when the topic of polygamy came up, I'm like, ain't nothing polygamous about this. They just want to fuck other people, and if
Yeah,
that's what it is, say what it is.
yeah.
But you got all these big ass words, entanglements and shit coming out of the woodworks. Just say you wanted some dick, and that's what happened.
I mean, can we talk about how her just saying that one word made so much money in such a little bit of time? God damn.
It's that's social media, bro. Niggas take stuff and run with it.
That bread is real
That's the
though.
problem. I mean, it is, but like I said, for me, it's just like what I said earlier in the stream. Let's stop using words to excuse the mistakes and things we do. Let's stop using beliefs to excuse piece of shit decisions we make. Like, let's just stop. Just say that this is what it was, this is what you wanted, and you went out and got it. You get what I'm saying? But then you bringing in polygamy and stuff, and now it's all we're and it's like, you married him because if I'm not mistaken, that's how it goes. You're just sleeping around, and if that's what you want to do, cool. But like I said, I just don't really. They just weird, bro.
Niggas
Like
sloppy.
this bunch of weird people.
Nah, niggas sloppy. That's
I,
the sloppy. And the funny thing is, they've been strong and good at what they did for so long that to get this sloppy is just.
the thing is, it's like it's always what we always see as people is the things on the outside and things of that doesn't go on behind closed doors. Like Michael said about polygamy, like if you're not doing things right, you're not doing things accordingly, you're just using these words and these terms for whatever purpose that you do serve. They have a lot of BS going on and a lot of shit just happening in their lives, and they're doing the I guess what we call um the press release of it to help
Well, they gotta
mitigate it, but
What it is they're doing a press release to monetize it,
yeah.
not mitigate. They just trying to make the money off it.
I think it is to mitigate too, because it's not a good look for them, especially with the month. Let me be careful. Out here saying Will said, "Go ahead." Will never said it.
Yeah, so that's all it is. And like I said, I do believe in polygamy. I don't, practice it myself, but I do believe in polygamy. But I don't think this situation is polygamy or open relationship. I do feel like they had a situation, something was going left in their relationship, and she used the month of August to get her life together.
Well, they definitely had a relationship because this son, like I said, this nigga was writing poems on her goddamn IG birthday timelines and shit. Like, the government needs to put a task force together to figure out what's between Jada's legs. Because I'm not gonna lie, I had written her off as she was done. But
What they already have figured it out. It's the month of August glizzy. That's what's between it.
well, no, we mean like, what does she have that got niggas out
Crazy.
here embarrassing themselves in public? Because he don't want to admit it. But
Bro, I'm gonna just tell you something, and this is my opinion.
what's good?
Ain't nothing special about her. What they got going on is the let me finish. What they got going on is the same shit niggas in the hood got going. She wanted to cheat. She got caught up. And it's just that simple. The only reason why it's getting the publicity is getting is because they're celebrities.
Well, they're not just celebrities; one of the biggest power couple in the world.
But they're celebrities. You take away their money, they just another.
Nah, I think
Bro,
they're,
if they weren't celebrities, we wouldn't know who they are. What are you talking about?
that's okay. I didn't say they weren't celebrities. They are celebrities, but like they've also, in a way, transcended that. They're on a different level. They're not fucking Katy Perry.
At the end of the day, what I'm saying is they get the attention they get is because they're celebrities, bro. That's it. All that power couple shit came with being famous. Because honestly, these type of things happen every day to regular ass couples. It wouldn't have been so blown up if it was just Talik and Laquan in the fucking projects.
But yeah, yeah, I definitely.
I mean, that's a given.
I definitely get. I get what he's saying. He's just saying like this is like any old regular situation and whatnot, and whatever. But it's blown so greatly out of proportion because of who and what they are and what they transcend in the sense. I do understand what you're saying. They're bigger than celebrities, but if he's just saying if they weren't who they were, then this should just be any old regular hood situation.
We wouldn't even heard about it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's all. That's all he's saying.
No talking moment.
Oh no, I thought he was saying something else. That's why.
Nah, that's all I really had to say about it. Like, you got so much energy going into this, and it's like this kind of thing happens every day.
It does. It really
Like,
does.
this is something that's so, unfortunately, is normal in society.
Wait, hold on. Let me just say, if anybody is in the chat, a new time follower or a new time listener, please follow, support the channel. That's all we asking is just for follow, support, and follow everybody that is in here. And also, if you feel like saying anything or have any comments or suggestions to say or any way that you feel about polygamy or the Will and Jada or just about Glizzy, I guess, because that's also seems to be a big part of this conversation, go ahead and speak about it because BJ would definitely like to know everything you have to say about the Glizzy. All right, continue what you were saying, BJ.
I will kamikaze bomb this podcast right now. I ain't got no future, so I don't mind. That's all I'm putting that out there. What was I saying? Because niggas interrupted me. Rude. What was I saying? Somebody.
I didn't even hear your first statement, so I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, I remember. Gotta edify my own self. That shit don't happen to me. And let me make that shit very.
Yeah.
I'm not a violent man. But I can be prone and brought to violence real quick.
What are you talking about?
Tested and motivated.
You this situation don't happen to me because you're a broke boy. And you can only afford monogamy. That's why.
Who?
A what?
Who said that?
A pulmonary edema?
What?
What happened?
That pulmonotomy, the closest thing to pulmonotomy that's a real word.
I said this doesn't happen to you because you're a broke boy and you can only afford monogamy. That's why.
If I'm broke in my wallet, I know where I'm not broke. Let that be known.
Yeah, I'm not even going there.
Continue.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, it don't happen to them. This is a different kind of situation. It happens though, but it's
if you're a regular person who has a job and you have to worry about making sure shit is good and your kids are good, I don't think you have time to be like, damn, I fucked Jada at least 1,000 times in our lifetime. Yeah. I think I'm done with it. Who's that one chick on that movie set that I want to go write a poem to with mad, like it's a bit of boredom. They live a different kind of life. They have certain worries, and those worries are, I'm bored of my wife, but we make too much money together to be apart, so we're not gonna get divorced.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Excuse me.
But we could definitely continue talking about this and this whole situation.
I thought we were doing a double feature with your boy Nick Cannon.
But yeah, we're definitely gonna go into the second part of our double feature special about the young man, the young god, the young king, Nick Cannon.
What happened? What did he do?
I got you.
He do nothing wrong. That's what he did.
For anybody that don't know, Nick Cannon is he has multiple different shows, multiple different businesses, and one of his shows that most people know him for is definitely for Wildin' Out. But he also has a podcast. I don't know if he does it on MTV itself, but he does. Yeah, he does. He does it online, but he's an affiliate. He is like he works closely with Viacom. Viacom owns like MTV, VH1, all these different channels or whatnot. So when his BT,
black people out there,
So on his own podcast, on his own video, his online video. He was speaking, and he was speaking about white people, and I'm not going to recite exactly what he said because I don't remember exactly what he said, but I most definitely will summarize it. He was calling white people savages, people, the actual savages, not in a derogatory term, but the actual savages, because they're a group of people.
He was saying they came from the Caucasus Mountains.
Well, I mean, exactly, the people that have they have been grown and raised and bred in mountains because of where they were placed at, where they were lived at. They didn't bathe until people like the Moors have come through and showed them how to bathe, how to take care of themselves, and they had to go out there to hunt, to kill, and do whatever they can to feed themselves because of where they were raised, the Caucasus Mountains, and how they were as a people. For him saying those things on his own platform that he owned, because that's his personal channel, his personal video, Viacom decided to cancel him. Right now, as we can believe or think, it will not be no more Wild 'N Out or anything that premieres Nick Cannon on MTV because of his true statements that he have said.
His response to them asking him to apologize was, get someone to tell me that I was lying or wrong. And they said, we ain't got to do that because we control this, so we're just going to shut you up.
And that's definitely was his response and pretty much their response for it. So that's what has transpired. That's what has happened. How do y'all feel about that? Y'all decide amongst yourselves who shall go first.
I'm over here, my neighbor, so y'all can go for me.
No one? I'm gonna go. I just was going to say, honestly speaking, it's just white society doing what white society does. We speak up for ourselves. They always got to try to silence us, or make it out like we did something wrong.
Well, you did. You're saying the truth.
Yeah, you're right. That's the problem. We speaking the truth. The moment we speak the truth, and I hope like that doesn't get taken out of context because I don't like dislike every white person because I know that kind of sounds.
It's like someone just not lie.
No, I just didn't want to come off that way. You know what I'm saying? But it's that's just how it goes. When a nigga starts speaking with education, they try to silence you.
Yeah.
And anytime you know you're right, so you know the truth, it's like, oh, you got canceled real quick. You think you're gonna speak up against something? Okay, yeah. Nah, cancel. And
I didn't even speak up against anything. This nigga was having a regular old conversation. And now the whole world's talking about it.
Giving his thoughts and opinions on things, and now it's like you got to be quiet. You can't speak your mind. Like, cancel.
I respect his balls though, niggas. He didn't take it.
That's entertainment business, bro.
Yeah.
But most people, especially if you're Terry Crews or something, you'd be apologizing your ass off.
Yeah, because that's what we call a coon, and they got coonery in their blood.
I always say you don't gotta apologize for something that you believe is true and no, it's true and it's true. Like he ain't say no lie, he didn't speak no difference, and it has nothing to do because I do not, like Michael said, I do not have a problem with old white people, but it's something that is facts. It's something that's true. I look at a lot of bigot white people. Let me say that I look at bigot white people as their greatest ally, their greatest representation is Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. You call the Saiyan race monkeys, but have you seen yourself? Literally, have you seen yourself? So you know your history. You know where you come from. Do you know how you have been? Literally, there have been texts in history that has been damn near exonerated and have been taken out of publication because of the truth that it has had that you can look up, the more people, if anybody that don't know, the more people was the leading civilization in the world, and literally it says have taught the white European people that lived in that area. And for you, those of you who do not know, that area of Europe and Russia and the Ukraine and all those different areas were generally mountains back in the day. They taught those people how to live, how to read, how to feed themselves, how to wash, how to medicate and take care of themselves. They taught those people that. Nothing Nick Cannon said was wrong. And if he is going to be canceled for that, I don't care how anybody feels about him musically. If he is going to be canceled for that, I will personally stick by him. Because he said no wrong.
Anyway.
I've been done with them. And I don't even watch Wild 'N Out, but that was the only thing I supported pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't watch TV at all.
I'm mad at you for that.
Yeah, I definitely ain't mad at you for that. But that is absolutely absurd to cancel him. And I hope I know he will stick by what he has said, because that's just the type of person he has been over time. Because he said no wrong. And the truth hurts. And I'm sorry if y'all feel some type of way about your history, how you really have been.
I got nothing to say.
Go ahead.
Jesus was not a blue-eyed, blonde-haired white man. Done.
I don't feel sorry that they feel bad
Oh, I
for
didn't say
history,
sorry. I'm just saying.
because they throw out history in our face all the time.
Straight up.
I don't really.
Straight up. And I am not afraid to shy away from the subject. Straight up. So pretty much we're all saying we stand in unison with what he said and how he feel, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And I ain't trying to get too political, but of course I am. That's why I don't fuck with full conglomerates, son. How one company got control of all these different fucking entities?
Yeah, I didn't know they had. I won't even lie. I didn't know they controlled all that.
I knew they had BT because they've been saying BT was black owned for all these years. I'm like, stop lying to me.
Have you seen some of the shit that come on BT? Ain't no way.
Yeah, but I didn't know the leading.
No way.
I didn't know the leading channel, like the leading governing group was Viacom. Like I didn't know.
Oh, Viacom. I've been hearing about them since I don't know. Well, anybody, especially in the New York area, every like 5 years, cable has to strike a new deal with these fucking channels.
Yeah.
And they always take MTV away for a week, and they say, "Well, the price that they gave us was just not worth it. If you want us to come back to Cablevision, call this number to your cable representative and tell them I want my MTV back." You know that bullshit ass shit they would do.
Yeah.
Hold on, definitely there is an umbrella. The fuck?
Are you talking about Viacom?
Oh, it just come out of nowhere. I ain't got time.
Yeah, I didn't. I like I said, I didn't know it, and I could see why and see how it is. Yeah, Viacom is the pretty much the parent company, and all these other TV channels and channel stations or whatever are the subsidiary and the brother and sister companies. But I didn't know that they were the ones in charge. Like I've always heard Viacom name, especially be thrown around or whatever, but I didn't know they were in charge. But I'll say it again. I don't care how anybody feels. I'll definitely say it again. I 100% stand by what that man Nick Cannon said. I agree with what he said. In the black community, far as I know, behind him 100%.
Which is good.
Which is good, yeah.
Not use it like that.
Yeah, like which is perfectly well.
DJ, this goes to you because you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure that guy is gonna have a problem.
What guy?
Breonna Taylor.
Oh God, knee deep in the drug game. Yo, of course he is. But can I add something? So
maybe we need to have this conversation in private?
I mean, do you see the video?
I'm gonna ask Michael. Do we need to have this conversation in private, or should we?
I mean, we can talk about it, but I don't think we can mention the nigga's name because I don't want to have him get.
So then we'll have this conversation in private then.
I mean, because it's not. I'll say it like this, right? He just be speaking coonery. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, we're definitely.
BJ ain't like going name drop or nothing. Like
yeah, no, I know, but we'll definitely talk more about that.
Can I add a little something?
Go ahead.
How many continents do we have on this planet?
Last time I checked, if I go into social studies, it was 7.
Okay.
7.
You know what the definition of a continent is?
What's the literal definition?
The literal definition is a landmass on the Earth's surface surrounded
by water, ain't it?
By the sea.
Yeah.
By sea.
Yeah.
So Europe is considered a continent.
Yeah.
Does that fit that definition?
No.
No. So another thing, we all know, especially in a time that a lot of figures were revered in what they claim as, I'm putting quotation marks up, Judeo-Christian figures.
Yeah.
Or depicted as pale-skinned European individuals. But geographically, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So all I'm coming back to is the reason they're mad at Nick Cannon, real talk, is because if you look at the definitions we've been taught, but what reality says, things don't add up. And they don't add up because there is political power that some entities, that some people have, and they've used it to change some definitions to make some things what it is.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the largest continent in the world is Africa.
Yeah.
A lot of people, if you look at a map or a globe, they don't scale all things accurately. America, which is almost the third the size of Africa, is drawn to look either, well, North America, North America is drawn to look either the same size or bigger than Africa in most maps.
You're talking about, I've seen that video, the lady with the map.
All it comes down to is niggas have been doing a damn good effort for decades, for centuries, because they were the winners of a certain war. You know, it wasn't a real war, but there was a war. And that's why you might hear Black people say we have enemies all over the globe. We do. To put out certain narratives.
But
so when you start...
But you didn't know, and this is actual social studies fact, that,
yeah, go ahead.
that Europe is surrounded by a sea. And it's called the Glizzy Sea. Or the
I was really about to be real quiet and try to be like, what the fuck's he talking about?
Or the Glix.
Next time I see you, I'm hands on.
Or the Glixy, as they like to call it.
Some motherfucker you trying to educate people, and you out here putting out bullshit.
You ain't know that it was, and that's why it's a continent.
And it's a continent because of political consideration. Like Europe used to. Europe is considered what it is, has the value that it has because of just political power, and that's it.
I hear you.
Now, what the hell was I saying? But this nigga just fucked up my whole vibe.
We've been going for an hour and 30 minutes, pretty much.
Just let it be known that not everything you were taught is correct. Independent thought is important, and make sure it's grounded in facts. You know, you can do research. Because the people who are teaching your kids, most of the time, don't have their best interests at heart. That's my piece. I'm good. I'm gonna stop trying to start a revolution over here. Go ahead.
But I definitely agree with what you're saying. I definitely stand by what you're saying. It's definitely a topic that we can get into at another moment and another time. Because I'm always, we like to joke and kid over here, but I'm definitely down for those kind of talks, those kind of situations, because it's something.
Might end up dead soon.
Yeah, but we know why, at least. Choked on the glizzy. But that's gonna be
Yo,
the podcast.
this is the last podcast because this is gonna die. Or tomorrow.
That's gonna be the podcast for today. I appreciate everybody for coming through. I mean, it really is true time to find when you're having fun, because I can't believe we're already an hour and 30 minutes in, and it just seemed like it just felt like we just literally started. But I thank everybody for coming through. Thank you for my co-host BJ Pericles. What's your name on?
My whole government out here. I'm definitely dead now.
What's your name? Or
Perking BJ.
Huh?
PERKING BJ.
His name is Glick God 592 Nathans.
You gonna see
I didn't even say nothing about Glick, boy. Why my number in there?
The crazy thing was I wasn't even trying to reference you.
Like,
that's great. You took a bullet that wasn't even meant for you.
I didn't even do nothing.
That's crazy.
You shot at him.
But,
that's all that was.
We got Perking BJ, but his name in the chat. If well, you already the guy who said hello chat. That's your boy 592. That's my brother. He are you streaming?
Unfortunately, I didn't really leave me much of a choice.
All right, so he's most definitely streaming. He's playing. You said you're playing Glick 2K21.
I'm not streaming shit.
This man's retarded.
Okay, he's streaming 2K20. We'll probably all be on there. Most definitely. Probably he have a stream out maybe in the next 20 minutes, I would say, just to give him a little time. I don't know.
I'm about to start it right now.
All right, so
I'm going to let y'all know this right now. This ain't gonna be like politically correct.
Get yourself together.
Get
yourself together.
I just want it to be known, like it ain't gonna, you know.
All right, but yeah, we'll definitely be streaming. Y'all can go over there, watch him, watch our gameplay. We'll definitely be on it, definitely streaming on there. But like I said, I appreciate everybody for coming through. This is the Black Lounge Talks podcast. Damn, I keep forgetting that name. The Black Lounge Talks.
This is your shit.
I'm going to sleep. Like, what the hell?
It is my shit. The Black Lounge Talks podcast. I appreciate for everybody coming through.
I got the outro.
Everybody support.
No.
And then it's
that sounds like The Price is Right.
Am I right?
It sounds like The Price is Right. Like
I thank y'all for coming through. Well, we are out. Y'all stay safe and y'all stay blessed.
All right, bye.